Paul from Cyberisle, and with me is Andy. And again, the companies we're talking to are people who are out there to make sure you're safe on the internet. And of course, listening to some of your chatting away here, I love the idea that you test the systems to make sure they're robust.
Yeah, we look at we do everything to do with cybersecurity. We've been going for a long, long time. We have about 40 different cybersecurity services that we offer to our clients. We will look at their networks to ensure that they are secured. But one of the talks today has been about trusting your MSP. We're there to say, well, actually, we can help you keep an eye on your MSP to make sure that they are actually fulfilling their service and they're protecting you. So we do, as I say, we do all manner of cybersecurity.
This is when you test, see how good they all are.
We will try to break into someone's network and see whether they...
You have to become the thief almost.
Yeah, so it takes a thief to catch a thief. Yeah. So we will try to break in, obviously with the customer's permission, but we will try and break into the computer network to see how far we can get, and if we can get in there, can we move sideways, can we do other things, and then we can make recommendations about what they can do to make their computer systems more secure. And we also do what we call red teaming. So we will try not just to break in through the networks, we will test the moral courage of the people that work there. So we will try to tailgate, we'll try and walk into the organization and see and we'll act more and more suspiciously until someone within the organization says, excuse me, what are you doing? And it's basically we're gauging the moral courage and therefore the culture, the security culture within the organization, making recommendations on how they can become a more security-minded organisation.
And if we had more time, I'm sure you had many stories you could tell us of things that have happened.
Oh, all sorts. We had one company that they produced this massive piece of technology, and every time they released it, 2 weeks later, the Chinese would produce an exact replica. So they said, well, how could they possibly find it out? And so using all the tech, we were able to use the pen testing to break in through a web camera that they'd exposed to the internet, and then be able to get into their network through a web camera. We were able to just tailgate through the red teaming into their prototype lab and take photographs of the prototypes without being challenged. They left a back door open into their dev network and their screens weren't locked, so we're able to actually just sit down on a terminal and start looking at their how they were the designs.
Don't trust anybody, basically.
No, I think, well, trust people, but no. Even one of the big things we do is insider threat as well. So that's where people within an organisation have gone bad. So we look, and it's really hard to catch them because they've got a legitimate right to do stuff on that network. So the little telltale signs are very small. But what we do is we look for those little telltale signs and try to catch the bad guys.
So they could leave a little bomb in there, basically, cyber bomb.
Yeah, or they could just be exfiltrating information, taking information and giving it to the competitors. They may be thinking, I'm going to leave it. Well, some of the examples are, I'm leaving this organisation. I want to take some information with me because it will be really valuable to the organisation I'm going to. So it's up to us to then say, actually, that person is just behaving differently to what they would normally do, or there may be other telltale signs on the internet to say they're not quite right. And it's a matter of us then working with the client to address the situation. And quite often we're brought in retrospectively to say, what have they taken? And are you able to prove that it was them? So we go through logs and do all sorts of other things.
Computer network defense, you literally by your name there, isn't it?
Well, we love it. Honestly, it's the best job.
CND.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, sometimes we work... I can't say where we work, but some places in the UK where CND, as in the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, wouldn't be welcome. So it's a really good comedy value to go in there and say, yeah, we're part of CND, especially writing in the visitors book.
Just for interest, has it been useful here? Lots of inquiries?
Haven't been lots of. It's still early days yet, so only just the first break. But there have been some inquiries. But we're finding on the island generally, we've been on the island since 2016, and a lot of our staff are from the island. And we've grown fivefold in the last year. So you can, on the island, that is. But you can, and that is basically testament to how cyber is being embraced on the island. Back in 2016, it was a really hard sell. now we don't need to sell because people are coming to us and say, can I have a bit of that cyber stuff, please?